everyone, welcome to Motovlog on my channel. My name is Marshall3498, and on today's Motovlog I'm going to talk about is motorcycle related as usual on my channel, and that topic is one that I'd like to talk about is a new motorcycle that has been started to hit USA shores in the past little while, maybe 6 months or so. I've seen some stuff about it. I think the bike's kind of neat and kind of in its own adventure bike class, so to speak, and that is a Kove 450. And yes, I know what you're going to say, it's a Chinese made bike, and yes, you're right, but hear me out. For only $10,000, what you get with the rally version, which is more the street oriented version, not like the racing spec, or the more upgraded one, I should say. You get 10 inches of suspension travel that is fully adjustable front and rear. You also get 10 inches of ground clearance, and a bike that weighs 340 something pounds, I do believe, and it holds 8 gallons of fuel. So wrap your head around all that. For those of you who don't know something about it, I'll try to do my best to tell you some details about it. It has a rear tank that holds 4 gallons of fuel, like the 690 and 701 tanks, where it's in that back hunch, you know, that back area in front of the rear wheel where your rear fender would be, kind of. And it shows all that there. Back there it holds 4 gallons of fuel, and then it has 2 more fuel tanks up front on either side of where, you know, like your traditional gas tank would be up here where my hand is. But it has 2 gas tanks that individually filled there, and each one of those holds 2 gallons. So between the one in the back at 4 and the other 2, there's your 8 gallons of fuel. And it supposedly has an effective range that it gets around 50 miles a gallon, give or take. I think it has effective range of close to or over 300 miles in the US, which is kind of a bit insane. The bike is a 450 single cylinder with a 4-valve head. I don't know if it has one spark plug just, or maybe 2. I'm not for sure on that, sorry, but it is looking cool, and it is a 6-speed transmission that is geared sufficient enough that it supposedly will do over 100 miles an hour. But let's be honest, that bike's probably not all that comfortable that low of a weight with that much speed travel, that much up high. It very much speeds above 80, 85, if I had to guess. But you know, it is capable of that. I think where this bike really shines is like out west, like Arizona, New Mexico, like long stretches out in the desert where you really gotta, you know, you're really gonna be out there in nothing around for miles and miles, and it would do well on those roads like that and trails because of the fuel range. You know, to me it's somewhere between like a 450 L Honda and like a Tenere 700. It carries more fuel than that, but is heavier than a 450, I do believe, but is lighter than a Tenere, but still has enough ground clearance suspension travel and enough low enough seat height that most people like 5'8", 5'9", and up can at least touch with both sides, which is kind of neat. Just the fact that the bike has that many features. And I forgot to tell you the most important thing, the bike comes in at $10,000 US, which is pretty nice and unheard of. That's a lot of bike for the money, I think. Is it for everyone? No. But the bike does come with lots of cool stuff on it, I think. And the bike also has, you know, ABS and traction control, which, you know, a lot of people will say, what's the point of an off-road bike? Well, if you're intended for street use quite a bit, that kind of helps. It's got somewhat of a fairing, but not a huge fairing, and at least a windshield. So while the wind protection is probably not the greatest, it's better than nothing for what it's intended use for. It's kind of a happy medium, you know. All the panels, like the side fairing part on the bike, come off with like a big race car where it has like a pin you just pull with a little safety ring thing over it, kind of like on an old like drag car. That's kind of neat. Comes from the factory with a carbon fiber skid plate. A neat thing to have, you know. And I've seen a lot of people on YouTube, it actually just comes to them shipped, and they're like in a crate. So they put like the bars on, the front wheel on, and finish assembling the bike, you know, put fluids in it. It is liquid cooled, by the way. I think I already said that, maybe not. But you know, I think it's a cool bike. It's something that's different and, you know, out there. And is it for everyone? No. But it is a cool offering to find. You know, basically for intended purposes, it's like I said, it's in its own class. It's between two different classes of bikes. Like, you're not going to buy a KTM 690 or 701 brand new for that price, but you're also going to get more bike than that for the money. So, you know, it's a cool thing. I think it's unique in its own right, and I think it's pretty cool. So once again, I'll put a video or two of links down below of people actually doing maybe a walk around of the bike to let y'all know more about it. But on that, guys, ride safe and have fun. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.